What's going on, man? It's your boy Butler. It's the best day of my life. Tomorrow's not promised. Go ahead and do your little dance where they still playing your song. So now, unfortunately, I am here to report another unaliving in the Georgia Department of Corrections. Rest in peace to Jerrod Johnson at Hancock State Prison. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. He was unalive on February 18th, 2026. 27-year-old Jerrod Johnson. Let's see if we can find some details. The last video, we had a family member that jumped off into the comments, and we were able to, I hope, add some assistance to the situation. Oh no, so we have Chad Cook says, well, he unalived an 83-year-old man in a robbery, so justice was served. I agree with the violence is out of control, but posts like this, you can't feel bad for. And then Belinda says, karma isn't just for someone's actions. Karma is for any negative energy that is put out into the universe. I pray. This is what I will say. This is what I am going to say. Before we even get into the details, let's establish something clearly. Once a person is sentenced, the court decides the punishment, not other inmates, not negligence, not chaos. When someone is incarcerated, they are in the custody of the state. That means the state assumes responsibility for their safety. Prison is the punishment. Death is not supposed to be the sentence unless the judge orders it. No matter what someone has done, the justice system is built on the idea that consequences are structured, lawful, and controlled, not random and violent. When someone dies inside a facility that is supposed to be secure, we have to ask, what failed? Because accountability didn't stop at conviction. Now, in reference to this man's comments, he has the right, Chad Cook has the right to believe and think what he thinks. My response is this: his crime was bad. That's what people are saying. His crime was bad, and that maybe he got what he deserved, and that's prison. And he was like, violence is out of control. He said justice was served. Let me say something very clearly. If we decide that inmates deserve to die based on public opinion, then we are no longer a country governed by law. We're governed by emotion. The courtroom already decided his punishment. If society starts cheering when incarcerated people are unalived, we are blurring the line between justice and revenge. You cannot claim to care about victims while ignoring the breakdown of law inside institutions that are supposed to uphold it. If someone commits a crime, they serve their sentence. That sentence is not supposed to turn into a death lottery. So that is what it is. Now let's go to Hancock State Prison, because this is not the first time that Hancock State Prison has showed up on the mother radar. This is where it's at. 701 Prison Boulevard. That was creative. I wonder if I can call and see if we can get, let's see if we can't call this. I'm gonna call the number and Jerrod Johnson. Do you guys know what happened to Jerrod? 706-444. I'm not gonna waste my time messing with them people. Okay, so it was constructed in 1990, capacity 1,191, opened in 1991. All right. Let's go to Hancock State Prison. Let's go to Hancock State Prison.
What happened?
The Department of Corrections would not confirm that, but Patton says her son.
Right now, the Georgia Department of Corrections says it's investigating another inmate suicide, at least the third in a Central Georgia prison this year. It happened this past weekend at Hancock State Prison. Chelsea Bimeford talked with the inmate's family, who says they're still piecing together why and how this happened.
That latest inmate suicide apparently happening here at Hancock State Prison. The Georgia Department of Corrections says officers found Jerrod Florence Jr. unresponsive in his cell on Sunday night.
I just want some answers.
Shirley Patton says Monday morning she found out her son, Jerrod Florence Jr., was dead, but says no one with the prison has explained what happened.
Nobody would talk to me and tell me anything. They just told me that I wasn't allowed to come to the prison.
Florence was an inmate at Hancock State Prison serving life without parole for murder, aggravated assault, armed robbery, and other charges.
He was on strip search where he can have no clothes or anything. If he had no clothes or anything, why? What happened?
The Department of Corrections would not confirm that, but Patton says her son asked to be put in solitary confinement after receiving death threats from other inmates.
He had been sending me messages with names and everything because he feared for his life.
The Department of Corrections would not confirm that either, but told us they're not investigating Florence's death as a murder.
The coroner, the jail told him that it was a suicide.
Hancock County Coroner Adric Ingram says someone at the jail reportedly gave Florence a blanket around 4:15 Sunday afternoon. Around 4:40, guards found him unconscious. Ingram pronounced Florence dead around 10 p.m. at Navison Health in Milledgeville and says he had a cut on his neck. And right now, the Hancock County Coroner's Office says Florence's body has been turned over to the GBI for an autopsy. Reporting in Hancock County, Chelsea Beinfor, 13 WMAZ News.
We reported earlier this year on suicides at Hardwick State Prison in Milledgeville and Macon State Prison in Oglethorpe. According to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, there have been more than 20 suspected prison suicides statewide in the last year compared to 8 the year before.
Also this afternoon, we are learning about a death inside of the Hancock State Prison. The coroner tells us 34-year-old Corey July died Tuesday from stab wounds. This happened in the yard of the facility. Right now, investigators at the GBI Crime Lab are performing an autopsy. The Georgia Department of Corrections will investigate.
And new this midday, a Hancock State Prison inmate is dead after a stabbing yesterday. Hancock County Coroner Dontrell Andrews tells us 36-year-old Andre Weems was stabbed during a morning fight. Andrews says the stabbing is being investigated by the Georgia Department of Corrections. This is at least the 5th homicide in Hancock State Prison this year. Andrews says there were at least 2 other deaths that weren't classified as homicides. We've reached out to the Department of Corrections for more information, but haven't heard back.
Deputies arrested 2 Macon men Monday night after they were spotted near Hancock State Prison and later found carrying illegal drugs. According to the Hancock County Sheriff's Office, prison staff reported seeing someone in the woods near the annex. That led to a search where law enforcement found 42-year-old Jeremiah Canty and 27-year-old Jamirio Ray on prison grounds. They face multiple charges and are being held without bond. Well, 2 inmates at Hancock State Prison are dead after an altercation on Thursday. According to the Georgia Department of Corrections, the incident between Prince Porter and William Holman appears to have been gang-related. The GDC says one of the inmates had no visible signs of injury and that his death appears to have been medically related. A 3rd inmate was taken to the hospital.
For our top story tonight at 5. An inmate was fatally stabbed at Hancock State Prison on Tuesday, according to Hancock County Coroner Dontrell Andrews. The stabbing happened while 33-year-old Corey July was outside in the prison yard. He said there was a physical altercation with another inmate that led to the incident. The death is being investigated by the Georgia Department of Corrections Office of Professional Standards.
On January. So Hancock State Prison is not just a building, bro. It represents a system. And when lives are lost inside that system, we cannot ignore it. The Georgia Department of Correction needs help. Whether that means staffing reform, oversight, transparency, training, or federal review, something has to change because the human lives are being lost in custody. That is not just a prison issue. That is a public issue. We can demand accountability. Hold on, let me get the right thing up on the screen right here, y'all, because that is not it. That is not what's going on. Okay, now, so we can't demand accountability without excusing crime. We can't demand reform without ignoring victims. And we can't insist that incarceration means serving time, not losing life. If we truly believe in justice, then we have to protect it on both sides of the bars, because once justice breaks down behind the walls, it doesn't stay there. Unfortunately, bro, he not even the only person that was unalive last week. It's been several individuals. So I have been posting and saying rest in peace, but every time an individual is unalive in the Georgia Department of Corrections, bro, I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna try to find out as much information as possible. In my extensive search, this is the only thing that I can find on Jerrod Johnson. I did see a crime, but I don't know if that's him, so I'm not going to publicize that. It's just another picture of Jerrod. Is that him? Man, I don't want to be racist. Trying to look at the nose and the lips. I could be wrong. Nevertheless, I don't want to be disrespectful in any format. I just want to say rest in peace to Jerrod. I hope that nobody else in the Georgia Department of Corrections passes away. This is unfortunate. It continues to take place. Let's see what's in these comments one time. Oh, okay, that's what they're saying. I tell you what's crazy. He murdered an 80-year-old man that owned a local grocery store in the hometown, robbed and shot him to death. Good thing our so-called governor won't be governor again. Circle the car. Hey man, at the end of the day, man. Rest in peace to Jerrod Johnson. Also, rest in peace to this individual. I don't know his name. I don't want to be disrespectful. Rest in peace to that brother as well. And man, we out, man. Y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think, man. And if you have any info, man, get in the comment section, man. Then again, don't. I'm out.